Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your January 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. And as I always say, remember that this is a general reading because the cards that I just picked seem to tell a particular story for a particular number of you. If you'd like a personalized reading using your astrological data, just click on the link below. I also offer other types of readings besides love readings. So, anyway, the first card I picked was the Five of Swords, and this is in the position of recent past. So, it makes me think that some of you are kind of in a recuperating state from possibly being betrayed, possibly being manipulated in some way, some kind of underhanded behavior. Hopefully, you weren't the one doing it, doing the manipulation. I do believe that you were the recipient and that you may have gotten somehow played by someone. It seems like there was deceit taking place. And of course, in a romantic relationship, what do we usually associate with deceit? It's usually cheating. But it could be using the person for money. That's always a possibility, some sort of using. And somehow you must have found out about it and put a stop to it. And the current state for you is a really positive one, which is the Nine of Pentacles. In the deck that I have, which is Morgan Greer, the Nine of Pentacles is a woman who is, you know, kind of decked out in this fancy outfit. And, pentacles are gold and it's related to money. It's all around her neck, like jewels. But it relates to material comfort and security. And it's somebody who is going it alone. And so, with the Five of Swords in the recent past, this kind of points to being self sufficient in the wake of being manipulated. So, I believe there was a breakup for some of you, and this is leading to you kind of being on your own and taking care of yourself and doing so in grand fashion. You're not wanting for anything. The higher message or the higher perspective message from the universe is the Hermit card. So, whether you want to call this a message from your angels or just looking at the Nine of Pentacles from the spiritual perspective, it's really about going within and seeing what happened and why it happened. And the reason I say this, Taurus, is because the mistake that a lot of people make when they have been betrayed in a relationship is just to blame. And it's very easy to do so because you may make a great case. You may have the emails, the people that can back you up and tell you that that person was cheating on you and you can tell all your friends about it. But when you deal with things in a more spiritually sophisticated way, you always look at yourself, not to blame yourself for whatever the other person did, but to see how you contributed to it in whatever way. And it's not letting the other person off the hook for bad behavior. But there is a saying out there are no victims, only volunteers. And the higher you go, and the more you take responsibility for whatever happens in your life, even if the betrayal is so obvious, and you say, this is going to serve me, then you will master any situation. The people that tend to spiral downward are the people that really believe this limited reality that we are often living within. And they start to believe that they are unworthy because this other person cheated or they lied. And they allow that to affect their future. And obviously, you don't want to do that. And I don't think those of you for whom this applies are doing that, because the Nine of Pentacles is a very positive, forward kind of a card. And the Hermit is a spiritual seeker, but it's somebody who is doing it within his or her own private universe and isn't like talking about it with other people. They're just really contemplating. There's a time for crying on people's shoulders, and there's a time for reflection. And this may be the time that you do that, so that when you go into a new relationship, it's like you know exactly what you want and exactly what you don't want. The advice is the Three of Cups. Now, this can just simply mean calling your girls, calling your boys, and going out and enjoying their company. Not necessarily one on one dating scene, because it's a three, so there's more than two people involved. And this can also be groups, large groups. So maybe this is saying join a group that has an interest that you share in. You know, call friends that you haven't seen for a while. And maybe you've been neglecting your friendships because you were in this relationship. Maybe it's time to kind of just get out there in a general sense and not feel this pressure to constantly be in a relationship. But it's a very positive card in terms of just happiness, joy, camaraderie. The obstacle that may be preventing love at this time is the Ten of Cups, which is a nice obstacle to have, because this is another extremely positive card on the emotional level. I picked two Cups cards in a row, and the Cups relate to the emotional self. And this is a card of celebration, particularly with family. So, what I think that they mean by obstacles is that because you may be reconnecting socially with family and friends, you may be not on the market yet. And that's not necessarily an obstacle. It just means that you may not want to start a new relationship at this time. It's so funny because I'm recording this right before Christmas, and these cards seem very connected to the Christmas season, but they're meant for January. So even after the holidays, you may still be connecting with people in your life on a social level. And the outcome card is the Five of Wands in reverse. And so this is a card of peace re entering your life. And very interestingly, we started the reading with a five and we ended it with a five. And fives indicate things that are kind of up in the air, they're not quite settled. The Five of Wands in reverse can actually indicate that any kind of feuding that you may have been engaged in before has ended, and you really have this restored peace in your life. And the Nine of Pentacles that I picked for your current position reflects this, because this is a person who is really enjoying the comforts of home. And there's no want in this person's life. Financially, they're set and they're grounded because it is the Suit of Pentacles. So there's no like emotional excess going on. So it's really a positive reading, I think, for you, Taurus. I think it points to maybe storm clouds in the past, but peace restored in January. So I hope you liked your reading. And if you want something more personal, just click on the link below. Take care. Bye.